So, can you please tell us how you are meeting the new passenger expectations?
Yeah, passengers are different. Now, we're coming from a model in which we talked about leisure travelers, people traveling for personal purposes, and business travelers. Those boundaries are not so clear at the moment. And we are seeing people traveling a few months to our islands. They just need to be connected, the so-called digital nomads. Then we have to talk about workation. People combining work with leisure, and that's why we have, for example, at our lounges, children's playground, because they're working while their kids are playing. Our business travelers, so-called business travelers now, they're asking us for specifically for two things. First, they want fast processes. They want processes to be efficient, to be seamless, and so touchless as possible. That's the case of. That's why we're doing. We're on a big project on biometrics. I know you know about that. We have started in Madrid, and now we're in Barcelona, where you can already do your check-in, go through security on board your plane with just your face. The second point that we're seeing at our airports is that they don't want us to be an obstacle of their job or of their daily work, but instead to be a facilitator of that. And with that I mean that some business travelers now, they don't go to the lounges, they even don't have access to them, or they are very far from the boarding gate. And so we thought about an easy solution, which is also very easy to implement and deploy, and this is just a table, a socket, and a chair. So put it next to their boarding gates, and they will have this time to send their last emails and to think, and that's our aim, that the airport can be your office.
I really like what you were saying about the boundaries kind of blurring, and I guess a word that's come out of this is leisure, so travelling for work and pleasure at the same time. And I like the simplicity of just putting a socket and a chair next to the gate, or, well, to tackle what I've heard are called the gate huggers. They just go straight through duty free, straight to their gate. So I really like that. It's really simple but effective. So what I'd like to know from you now is why is the emotional state of passengers a topic of interest for you, and how are you dealing with passengers' emotions at Aena?
Airports are places of emotions, farewells, welcomes, and we all know more or less in the sector what's better for the passenger experience, what's worse for the passenger, but we don't have a universal handbook. But we're seeing that when addressing emotions and when addressing passenger experience, we have to talk about stress. And there are certain touch points at our airports that drive stress a little bit more than others. So we're talking about security, we're talking about toilets, about waiting areas, comfort zones, and so on. That's why we're at the moment dipping into the science of neuroarchitecture. That's linking a physical space with a concrete state of mind. Would you be happier if we put here another light? Would you be more relaxed if you have natural materials around you? Is the smell important for your emotions and then for your experience? That's what we are into now.
Now, could you give some examples of that?
Yeah, we have a lot of data, but the human touch and this human being approach has to be behind everything that we do. That's why, for example, we're working with the whole airport community to share these values, to make everyone understand that everything that we're doing is oriented on passenger, and that this has to be a basic at every level in the management at the airport. When I worked at the Madrid Barajas Airport, I had the opportunity to work very close to the service for persons with reduced mobility. There I saw this personal relationship, how it is built between two human beings, and how a person is dependent on another one. And I saw that when we're doing it good, people are very, very grateful, and that's something that we have to share in our urban community.
It's really nice. Now, how important is sustainability in the passenger journey?
It's very important, not only for our passengers, but also for Aena. Aena has a multi-million sustainability program, which includes solar power plants, electric buses, etc. But when we, and with that we will be, for example, it's important to say too that we will be carbon neutral in 2026, so already
fantastic.
in 4 years. And we will achieve the net zero goal in 2040, which is earlier.
Yes. That's
in
great news.
in the industry, right? But when we come down to the passengers, what they're saying, what they're feeling, we're in a constant conversation with them. Suggestions, social media. We're at the airport. We talk with our passengers. And they're asking us about the temperature. When we have the light on, if there's no flight boarding in a certain area, they ask us about renewable packages for food, or about water bottle filling stations. And so they're also committed to sustainability, and we're focusing our decisions on that.
That's great, because you can send forms to fill in to your passengers, but really the best way to get their feedback is just to walk in the airport terminals and to speak to them. So I guess you've probably done that yourself in any of the airports, yeah? That's great to hear. Now, my final question for you then is, what is your outlook for the future? Are you positive?
Yes, I'm very positive. We have more data than ever, and we know about passengers more than ever too. We have to combine this human touch with data to look to the future. And passengers are happy and eager to fly again. And so I'm more optimistic than ever and very happy for what's coming.
Roberto, that was my final question. Thank you so much.
Thank you.